It's pretty safe to say that the NFL is one of, if not the most entertaining sports league in the nation. Millions of people tune in every year to hopefully watch their team raise the Lombardi Trophy. Even though the NFL has been on a great path recently, it's possible for the skeletons in the closet to come back and haunt the league. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel where today we're going to be counting down some of the top things that the NFL wants you to forget. Sit back and enjoy this one. First up, the replacement refs. The substitute refs fiasco was one of the more embarrassing tales in recent memory that had an impact on the on-field product. A labor disagreement resulted in a lockout of pro referees in 2012. The decision by Commissioner Roger Goodell to employ backup referees to serve as replacements backfired spectacularly. The substitutes made some poor decisions that affected many games, but one in particular will go down in history. In the end, the finale of a thrilling game between the Green Bay Packers and Seattle Seahawks left the audience disappointed. The Seahawks won by scoring a last-second touchdown on a catch that wasn't quite a catch. One of the referees signaled touchdown, while the other signaled interception. The two replacement refs looked at each other and then did the opposite of what they just signaled. As a result of the horrible confusion and the missed call, the NFL exposed itself as petty and cheap. Next up, touchdown celebrations used to be fun. As the years passed, the penalties aimed at preventing players from celebrating touchdowns have become increasingly harsh. With the reasoning of unsportsmanlike conduct, the officials would award a penalty if they deemed a player over-celebrated or rubbed it in the faces of the opposing team. One of the more enjoyable aspects of the sport used to be the touchdown celebrations. Having Terrell Owens and Chad Johnson bring out props was always a lot of fun to watch on TV. Players used to be able to dunk the football through the field goal post until then Saints tight end Jimmy Graham unstraightened a field goal post after dunking to celebrate the touchdown. Luckily, recently the NFL has become more reasonable with the unsportsmanlike conduct calls, and celebrations from players and even the entire team have become more entertaining in the past few years. Even though the NFL eventually backed down on their ruling, there was a couple of brief seasons where the NFL wanted you to forget that having fun was part of the game. Next up, the Saints scandal. In 2010, the New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl, capping off a remarkable season for the city and all of sports. Just a few years after Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans, the football team helped the people of the city unify and enjoy a Super Bowl run. Unfortunately, the team's Super Bowl run was overshadowed by scandal after it was discovered that defenders were receiving cash bonuses for hitting an opponent team's player hard enough to force him off the field. Following the drama between the NFL and the Saints, a number of Saints staff members were given lengthy penalties, including head coach Sean Payton, who was suspended for a full season without pay, yet seemed to vanish in almost an instant. Once all personnel were done with their suspensions, the league seemed to go back to normal, and the commissioner and fans let the scandal escape their memories. Next up, cheerleaders are treated horribly. It's easy to forget about the team cheerleaders since they aren't the main focus come game time, yet their role is ever so important for their respective teams. There was a time when cheerleading was considered a glamorous job, with many women dreaming of becoming an NFL cheerleader. Nowadays, it's become a nightmare for most women who perform that role. Women are judged primarily on their appearance and are critiqued through a sexist lens. A Ravens cheerleader once recalled how she was benched after adding a few pounds. What's more, they're severely underpaid. The cheerleaders put in a lot of effort for the NFL, including home games, appearances, and photo shoots, but they aren't properly compensated. Cheerleaders for the Raiders used to be paid $1,200 per year, which is only $5 an hour for the work that they do over the course of a season, which is nowhere near a livable wage for anyone, especially the people that work for some of the biggest sports leagues in the world. As of September of 2020, 10 of the 26 NFL teams with cheerleaders have been sued for wage theft, unsafe work conditions, and sexual harassment and discrimination, including the Raiders. There are many things that are very easy to forget when it comes to the NFL, and even more things that the NFL wishes you would forget. When it comes to recent events, the NFL is trying their best to keep the Deshaun Watson scandal under wraps, yet to little prevail. All eyes are on the NFL as they get closer and closer to potentially suspending Watson, after over 20 women have come out and accused him of sexual assault. The NFL needs to be extremely careful in their sentencing as well, given their incredibly inconsistent history when it comes to suspension. Ray Rice was only suspended 2 games for assaulting a woman in an elevator and dragging her unconscious. Yet Calvin Ridley was suspended a whole year for betting on games that he wasn't even playing in. If the NFL does this suspension correctly, this could very well be something fans forget, but for now, it is just something that the NFL is begging you to not pay attention to. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for today's video, so thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss another video. We'll see you guys next time.